Welcome,
That's it.
everyone, to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Ben. What's up, Ben?
Hello.
What's up, David Aston?
Yo, how's it going, everyone?
What's up, Louie?
Hello, hello, hello. I'm finally on.
I know. All right, so David, go briefly into the last episode that you saw, because we didn't get your reaction for, I think, the last two, right?
Oh, the Empress of Mars.
Yeah.
Another rather tedious expedition into feminism. She's so strong and empowered. That's why she needs lots of male ice walls to do all the work for her.
What?
I
David,
didn't-
sorry to interrupt, but where the hell did you get that from? I thought it was Victorians on Mars, not a feminist thing.
Oh, well, it just struck me as a little bit strange. I mean, she's supposed to be the Empress, and yet she's getting her male foot soldiers to do all the
Well,
work.
I get that because UNIT, Kate Stewart had Osgood, then she had a female scientist, then she had a female sergeant head person. So it's just one
And the
woman and
dwarf.
all men. That makes sense.
Well, you could say
Forget
the
the dwarf.
same about the king.
About what?
Well, the thing about this story, I thought it was the one thing that kind of stuck out more than well, you could maybe if you see it that way type thing, was that it was so stereotypical. You know, the London Cockney stereotypes sort of grated on my nerves. It almost sort of veneered into a sort of ventured into a sort of parody almost. It's a bit of a strange episode, and it was a bit cheesy ending. But it has to be said, the Empress herself did look rather good, I thought. And yeah.
Would you read it?
And then there was, I would have to say 6.5 out of 10 personally.
Okay. Passing. That's good. What about the other one, the Eaters of Light?
Well, I rather like that story. I thought it was interesting. But again, one thing that really stuck out, probably one of the worst parts of that story is this scene about whether, Bill is, and well, I understand it from Bill's point of view, she's a lesbian. But the way it was inserted in the story just really stuck out so badly. It felt sort of out of place and forced.
I think the reason they did that, though, was to educate people that the Romans were very acceptant of different sexualities. But I do agree. It felt like really, did we need to see that? Like, I think it was just them trying to put in that the Romans were gay.
The problem
Well,
is, earlier in the episode,
Not all, but most were.
They were lambasting the Romans for being the ones who went around stealing and taking everything from others. And yet here they are now pointing out that in a sexual type of way, they were actually more liberal than the liberals are. So, it
was kind of no place for this, right?
It's inconsistent.
Yeah.
Well, I think it just goes to show that back in the day, it was more accepted, but they still weren't quite there in terms of them stealing and stuff.
Back in the day, you could fuck your sister and
Jesus.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, a lot of people in this community, I'm pretty sure they fucked
Game of Thrones. Oh, stop. We gotta be clean here.
Oh, my
All right.
God.
Now, so what do you rate it? What do you rate the episode?
I give it. Actually, I rather liked it. I was a bit disappointed to hear that it was. Well, like I said to you on Facebook, you sent this very telling sort of rating for the story.
The lowest ratings in 54 years.
Holy shit.
I looked it up. It's the lowest ratings they've ever got. Just got 2 million. Just.
No, here's the thing, though. Is it me, Louie? But did it seem like Capaldi, or at least his doctor, seemed strangely sort of less bouncy than usual?
He seemed very grumpy. Very. I agree with that. He kind of reminded me of like a PC, like PG parent guidal version of Malcolm Tucker. Especially when he was with those those Brits over there called, I can't remember, the clan, and he was like, "Do you hear that sound? That's my patience." Like that was like something you can imagine Malcolm Tucker saying from the thick of it.
Oh, fucking hell! But I thought it was very good. I liked it, apart from the political correctness and the discrepancy in the way they were trying to be high and mighty about the Romans, and the monster, the luminescent special effect for the monster
that they took from Pacific Rim.
Oh yeah, that's right. And that not David Cameron, the Cameron movie, that thing where
the bit. No, which one? Which Cameron movie?
The one where you had this ship full of the guy who's now Ed Harris is in this film.
Avatar.
Right? Yeah. You got this underwater sort of fluorescent alien creature.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes, Abyss.
The Abyss.
It reminded me of that.
That reminds me of the Puddle Monster.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to the. What did you rate it? I mean, then we'll jump to the new stuff because I know you guys are going to watch the episode.
Can I quickly do my?
Well, let me just give him his
8
rating.
out of 10.
Okay,
Louie.
very good. Now I got Louie.
Okay, well, when I first watched it, I didn't like it at all. It's not that I didn't. It's not like I hated it. It's just I found it really choppy, if that makes sense. Like it felt like it was just bits were cut from it, and it was just edited together. I just thought it was really stupid how Bill was separated. Like he was so cool with her going off into this. They were just talking about how dangerous this era was of time, and like the Romans being these vile people. And he's just like, "Yeah, go away. We'll meet back here, like with a Roman." And it's just like, well, that's dumb. You're just asking for trouble. And I just found it very slow. But then when I rewatched it after like a week, it actually took me quite a long time to rewatch it. I enjoyed it a lot more. I think maybe I was just really hyped for the finale. So I'm just kind of wanting to get to that first. But yeah, I enjoyed it more, but I agree it wasn't great.
All right, so you got a few minutes. When you got the finale? In 10 minutes?
We got 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Okay, so let's get into the first part of the finale, World Enough in Time. We're hearing that it's a crazy beginning, which I speculated meant maybe people die and he regenerates. I also got a source early this morning, like 5, 6 something in the morning, that told me that they're probably going to announce the new Doctor following this episode rather than next week. Huh?
At the concert, they do it right now as we speak. They've got a concert for
supposedly it's gonna be a meet because I guess he appears in. I don't know. There's rumors going around. We don't know. But anyway, what do you think, Louie? Because we waited for you. We're gonna get Louie and Ben's opinion. Ben didn't say anything yet. Well, let me start with Louie. Go ahead, Louie.
Okay, for my opinions on this. Okay, it's been spoiled for me because I know what happens. I'm not going to spare any spoilers on here, so don't worry. But I think this episode's going to shock a lot of people if it's not redone, like rewritten in the Doctor Falls like reversed. I think this episode will be one of the darkest in Who's history. I think it's going to annoy a lot of classic Who fans, Big Finish fans especially. If you like the audio spare parts, then I'm sorry for what's about to happen to it. John Sim. I think we're going to see a very different side to his master. Some revelations about him and Missy, which I don't think people are going to see coming.
I'll see it coming.
Like, I don't know. I think
I know what you're talking
Bill
about.
and Nardo. I know what happens to Bill, but again, what happens to Nardo is very hazy. I just hope that he pulls through because I actually prefer Nardo to Bill.
So Bill's probably going to croak, and Nardo's probably going to croak.
Well, I've got my own theory on what happens, but I
and
don't want
to reverse it.
Well, that's why I can't
Unless
see how
the puddle monster makes her a puddle monster.
Well, that's what I said. If you go back to the first Who's opinion we did after the pilot, I said I reckon that Bill will die in the finale, and then at the very end we'll see the puddle monster appear, absorb Bill, and Bill and her will go off traveling, kind of like Clara and Ashilda are off traveling.
And then they'll play the music. Just the two of us. No. We can make it if we try. All right, no one. All right.
And maybe they might take Nardo's head with them, and he can float off.
Right, I told you, he could be like Rudolph.
He could be the candles.
But I've got a theory that sorry, just want to say this quick theory. I've got a theory that they will use Nardole's technology to create the Mondasian Cybermen. Because no, he's robotic. I reckon that
Oh no.
they're going to use it to create him, and it's going to turn out that Bill and Nardole are responsible for the creation of the Cybermen because they will use Nardole's technology on Bill's body, and John Sim will create the Cybermen.
Why isn't Nardole's technology? Maybe the Doctor's technology.
Yeah, well, it will be the Doctor's technology, but I'm talking about they use the technology the Doctor put in Nardole to use on the Cybermen. Genesis of the Cybermen, you never know.
All right, Ben, I'm going to get you quick, and then we're going to go to finish with David. Go ahead, Ben. Any thoughts on...
I'm excited, and I kind of hope they do announce the 13th Doctor. Just get it out there, get everyone's reaction, yay and nay.
Will they dare that to show it in the beginning?
No.
Possibly.
They will. I think they want
Or
to
at the end, and then they flip. What are they going to go back and forth, flashback, and everywhere? I mean, you still got the Christmas special.
This story is going to be how the Doctor regenerated. We're going to see a tease at the beginning at Christmas of the regeneration. Not going to see who he changes into.
Isn't they going to show it in the beginning of the episode?
Yeah, the pre-title sequence will be the Doctor regenerating in a Hartnell type effect. You'll just see him start to change, then it will cut into this week and next week, and at the end of next week, we should find out maybe who 13 is, or it'll lead into the Christmas special. This is basically a three-parter. This is what triggers his regeneration.
And he'll probably be unconscious when he regenerates.
Maybe, we don't know.
And then Chibnall will have him talk at the Christmas special, and he has him wake up.
Or maybe he's getting taken out of time by the Time Lords to complete a mission, like Clara.
Yeah. Okay. Ben, anything else?
Decide I'm going to wear this shirt today.
Excited about John Sim?
Yeah.
Of course. All right, finishing off with David, what do you think is going to happen today in about a matter of minutes?
Oh, fuck me. I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen. Well, from what I see, it's going to... Well, from what I've read, and like I said last time, you know, it's almost going to give people a taste of a female Doctor, because the Master, Missy's been sent on a errand to sort of do a Doctor, as it were. But apart from that, I don't know. I have no clue what's going to happen. I haven't had the internet that much, so I haven't had to worry about spoilers. But if it is upsetting, I think Louie is right. You know, it does sound like a three-parter. So today's episode is merely the beginning, and then the Doctor Falls, which is next week. Yeah.
And John Sim's in the full episode next week, right?
Yeah.
He's in this one for the full.
For the fall? Okay.
He might not be in the first 10 minutes, but I've heard that he's in it. You'll just have to see. I'm not going to ruin it.
Half the time, probably, right?
No, he's in it for most of it. It's just he might not be himself. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cool. Now, what's the odds the Master regenerates into... Did you say that another female before Missy?
Well, there was there's an actress called Samantha Spiro who's in the series, and they've only just announced that she's in the Doctor Full. She wasn't cast. She was cast, but they didn't say who her character was. And her character's name is Hazan. Is that a Mondasian name, or is that a disguise for... like how Missy was the gatekeeper of the Neversphere?
Right.
We didn't know that she was Missy. Maybe, I don't know. That's what I'm hearing.
Well, what we have to do is take Hazan and look it up in the translation of different languages. Probably says Master.
It's Arabic. It's Arabic.
Hazan is Arabic?
Hazan. It's Arabic, apparently.
Where's my
I can't remember what it means, but we know Stephen Moffat confirmed today that John Sim doesn't go into Missy. It's John Sim, another Master.
Yeah,
Missy's down the line.
Yeah, we figured that. He said that at a convention. He slipped, and he says, "Oh, what makes you think that Missy follows directly John Sim? There could be an incarnation or two before her." So but I knew that since he said that.
There was a line on the teasers, so I can say this because you've already said it on teasers about the Doctor's screwdriver having a new function. I've heard that apparently it's a pen.
It's a pen?
Yeah, he can write with it now.
Oh.
And the third Doctor did his karate and stuff. Apparently he does that in this episode too.
No.
Wow.
But I mean, this is going to be an interesting episode. Apparently, it's the darkest they've gone.
Ooh.
Right.
Like, in terms of Cybermen conversion, like...
It's only dark because they had to turn the lights down to cut down on
Spell
the budget.
Spell her name.
H-A...
H-A...
Z...
Z-E-D?
Z-A-N. Hazan.
H-A-Z-E-D-A-N?
No, H-A-Z-A-N.
Say it again. H-A...
H for hippo, A for apple, Z for zoo, A for apple, and then N for naughty.
H-A-Z-A-N, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hold on.
But apparently John Sim is very worried about his future because Missy is turning good.
So he probably killed her.
Maybe Missy came before John Sims. Maybe the whole point of Missy is that
No, she's
the doctor
after.
if the doctor's making her into a good person, then that in theory, if Sims or somebody else existed after her, that would technically cancel them out. If you change, if you went back in time and made the Doctor not want to leave Gallifrey, as Big Finish Unbound did, you would change everything. It would be
That's
a ripple
true.
effect. It would be a sort of family tree type thing. It wouldn't just be one change. It would be one change, changing another change, changing, endlessly.
That's very true. I mean, yeah, this is an exciting episode, I think. I mean, I'm hearing that the other Cybermen don't appear in this week's episode. It's next week.
Okay.
And that they just put it in the promo photos just for the sake of it, to get people hyped.
Right.
But that could be wrong. I mean, take it with a pinch of salt.
Bear in mind, the iPod Cybermen were never our universe Cybermen, so perhaps the Mondasians finally do what the 10th Doctor said in Age of Steel. Point blank, they were our Cybermen were actually out there in the universe somewhere. So perhaps this is literally the case of them finally turning to.
I'm hearing that the reason. Go on. Sorry, there's a time delay.
You got 2 minutes.
Perhaps it's like a sort of ex-girlfriend coming back to the current girlfriend and saying, "I'm his best shag, bitch."
Ooh,
something like
sugar
that.
honey iced tea. Well, I'm hearing that it's because the time dilation on the ship. If you're at the bottom of the ship, it takes thousands of years to get to the top again. And I'm hearing that the Mondasians at the bottom, and the higher they progress up in terms of the levels of the ship, their technology upgrades because time's faster. So they're actually going to become like the new. It goes like Mondasians 2006, and then the 2013 Iron Man.
But they're going to have all these Cybermen, right? From the 70s, 80s?
Apparently, but I haven't seen any pictures. But I've heard from filming that they were spotted.
All right, so this looks like it's going to be a winner, hopefully. So I can't wait. All right, guys, you're going to go watch Doctor Who now. So thank you, Ben. Thank you, David. Thank you, Louie. I will be out today. I will be back to watch it tonight when it airs in BBC here in America. So thank you, guys. Take care. Bye for now.
Thanks.